Over $83 billion are generated every year by the global cake manufacturing industry. From birthday parties to weddings, cakes have become an essential part of celebrations across the world. But behind every slice of cake, there's a fascinating process that transforms simple ingredients into the delicious creations we find in supermarkets. Today, we'll take you inside the factory to discover how cakes are made on a massive scale, from mixing and baking to decorating and packaging. Mass production of cakes begins with receiving raw materials. The essentials include flour, sugar, butter, eggs, milk, and other flavoring agents. Each ingredient undergoes strict quality control to ensure freshness and suitability before entering the production cycle. During this phase, workers weigh every material with precision, while detailed records are kept to track each batch that arrives at the factory. Once inspected, the ingredients are sorted and stored in controlled environments to maintain their properties. Flour, for example, must remain dry and free from pests, while butter and milk are kept at specific temperatures to preserve freshness. This careful organization ensures consistency when production begins. Mixing is one of the most important stages because it defines the cake's final texture and taste. Each recipe is standardized, but also adjusted depending on the type of cake being produced. Ingredients that were carefully weighed are now added in a specific order. The butter undergoes creaming, a process that softens it into the ideal texture for mixing. Sugar, eggs, milk, and flour are then introduced at precise times, ensuring a balanced flavor and uniform consistency. Industrial mixers, some capable of handling enough batter for 100 cakes at once, perform this step with incredible efficiency. While the batter is being mixed, another team prepares the molds by greasing them with butter or lining them with non-stick paper. This step is critical to ensure the cakes can be unmolded easily after baking without breaking. Once the batter is ready, it is transferred to an injection system that fills each mold with exact portions. Uniform weight and consistency are vital, so the system is designed to distribute the batter evenly. Conveyor belts carefully move the molds to avoid spillage, while operators double-check that each one is filled properly. Meanwhile, the ovens are preheated. This is a vital step because it stabilizes baking conditions and prevents irregularities in the cakes. The molds, now filled with batter, are placed on baking trolleys. Each trolley can carry 10 to 20 cakes and is rolled into large rotary ovens. These industrial ovens can hold over 10 trolleys at a time and reach temperatures up to 400 degrees Celsius, though cakes are generally baked at around 150 degrees Celsius. Baking times vary from 40 to 90 minutes, depending on the recipe. After baking, the cakes move to the cooling area. Here, conveyor belts carry them through rooms with carefully controlled temperature and humidity. This prevents cracks and ensures the cakes cool evenly. Once they reach the correct temperature, workers carefully remove them from their molds. At this stage, the cakes already have their final shape and are ready for finishing touches. Decoration transforms a simple cake into a product that delights both the eyes and the taste buds. Depending on the variety, cakes may be finished with fruit, chocolate, sugar designs, or colorful icing. One of the most important steps is the coating, which is often applied using specialized machines. These machines spread icing or chocolate evenly across the surface, ensuring a professional finish. Some can coat up to 3 cakes per minute, combining speed with precision. Once coated, the cakes are left to rest. This short pause allows the coating to solidify slightly, preventing smudges and helping the decoration stay intact. Whether it's a thin glaze, a layer of chocolate, or whipped cream topping, each detail is added with care to elevate the product's taste and presentation. The journey of a cake is one of precision and creativity. It is both an art and a science, blending ancient traditions with modern technology. Behind every slice lies not just sweetness, but also the skill of countless workers and the efficiency of a global industry worth billions. Next time you enjoy a cake from your local store, you'll know that it's not just a dessert. It's the result of centuries of history, cultural exchange, and industrial innovation, all combined to create a product that continues to bring joy to people everywhere. The final step is packaging, which guarantees freshness, hygiene, and safe delivery. Cakes are placed into containers or wrapped with materials designed to protect their structure while preserving flavor and texture. Each package is labeled with key details such as expiration date, nutritional information, and batch number. Packaging machines are fast and efficient, sealing thousands of cakes per day. For bulk production, cakes are often placed in boxes or trays, while premium products may be given extra protection in decorative packaging. Once packed, cakes are stored in cold rooms where temperature and humidity are carefully controlled to maintain quality. With every detail managed with care, from weighing ingredients to final packaging, the cake manufacturing industry ensures that its products arrive fresh and delicious to consumers around the globe. Trucks and shipping containers deliver them to supermarkets, bakeries, and event organizers, where they are enjoyed at birthdays, weddings, or simply as an afternoon treat. This tropical beverage from Vietnam is becoming popular all around the world. The company's factory is impressive with 10 production lines that send out about 300 containers every month. Just like other NAN drinks, this smoothie isn't made from concentrate and comes in several delicious flavors. Once the smoothie is ready, it goes through an advanced bottling and packaging process to keep it fresh and flavorful. The drink is poured into clean 500 milliliter bottles using fully automated filling machines that ensure each bottle gets the exact amount of smoothie without any contamination. After filling, the bottles are tightly sealed to lock in freshness and prevent leaks during transport. Each one is then labeled with bright, eye-catching designs that reflect the tropical flavors inside. The bottles are carefully packed into boxes and stacked onto pallets, ready to be loaded into containers for shipment. This German factory produces vegan and meat-based spreads and cold cuts, using fully automated filling machines that ensure each container receives the exact amount without any risk of contamination. After filling, the packages are tightly sealed to lock in freshness and prevent leaks during transport. The factory's machines are simple, well-designed, and easy to operate, allowing workers to monitor and manage every step of production smoothly. This factory in the Netherlands produces thousands of syrup waffles daily. Over 12 billion choco pies have been sold globally, reflecting their immense popularity. The process of making choco pie begins with preparing the soft, sponge-like cakes that form the base and top layers. A batter is mixed using flour, eggs, sugar, and other essential ingredients before being baked into perfectly uniform round cake pieces. The marshmallow filling, which gives choco pie its signature softness, is prepared by whipping sugar, gelatin, and water into a fluffy consistency. This filling is carefully piped onto one of the cake layers. The second cake layer is then placed on top, forming a sandwich-like structure with marshmallow in the center. The next step involves coating the assembled cakes in a layer of rich chocolate. The chocolate is melted and evenly applied through an enrobing process, ensuring each choco pie is completely covered. After coating, the pies are cooled to allow the chocolate to set, giving them their glossy appearance and firm exterior. Finally, the choco pies undergo quality checks to ensure consistency in taste, texture, and appearance before being individually packaged. Over 12 million pieces of KFC's fried chicken are served every day around the world. To meet this massive demand, millions of chickens are raised and processed. But how is KFC's famous crispy fried chicken made? In this video, we'll take you behind the scenes to see how the crispiest, most delicious fried chicken is produced. Kentucky Fried Chicken was created by Colonel Harlan Sanders in the 1940s. His secret recipe, made with 11 herbs and spices, changed the way chicken is prepared. It offered an unmatched flavor and a signature crispy texture, making fried chicken more popular and accessible. The journey of KFC's chicken begins on poultry farms. In the United States alone, thousands of farms raise chickens to supply KFC. Over 14,000 hens lay about 12,000 fertile eggs daily. The eggs roll onto a conveyor belt, where workers separate fertile from infertile ones. Fertile eggs are stored at 20 degrees Celsius until sent to the hatchery, where they are incubated in controlled conditions for 18 days. The eggs are carefully turned every hour to simulate natural conditions. By day 19, chicks begin to hatch, emerging covered in down feathers. In their first few weeks, chicks are fed a high-protein starter feed to support early growth. As they mature, they switch to a grower feed, rich in protein, energy, and essential nutrients for muscle development and weight gain. With 24/7 access to automatic feeders and drinkers, they grow uninterrupted. Females reach slaughter weight in about 38 days, while males take around 65 days to reach 3 kilograms. Once they reach the desired weight, they are transported to the meat processing plant. When the chickens arrive, they are humanely stunned to make sure they are unconscious and do not feel pain before they are quickly slaughtered. The feathers are removed by dipping the chickens in a hot water bath, followed by a machine with rotating rubber fingers that remove the feathers. The chicken's outer surface is washed with high-pressure water and food-safe solutions to clean off feathers, dirt, and waste, while the inside is flushed with clean water to remove blood and tissue. The feet are usually removed first. Next, a vent cutter is used to carefully remove the chicken's internal organs, including the intestines, liver, heart, and lungs, in one motion. Plant workers and inspectors check each chicken for diseases and issues like bruising. Only a small number of chickens are rejected. Those that meet the standards continue through the process. The chickens are then moved to an automated system where they are positioned precisely using hooks or clamps. This ensures that the cutting machines can work efficiently. Key parts like breast meat are processed with great precision. The front halves of the chickens are placed on specialized saddles that hold them securely. Cutting tools based on a programmed recipe make precise cuts for consistent product quality. Once the birds are pre-cut, they go to manual stations where workers pick fillets and tenders for the best quality. After the meat is separated from the bones, it is scanned with advanced X-ray technology to find any remaining bone fragments. Pieces with leftover bone are sent for manual inspection, where workers remove the remaining bits by hand. Boneless meat is then sent to an intelligent processing line that releases the products only when they meet specific batch requirements. The finished chicken parts, including drumsticks, thighs, and breasts, are delivered fresh or frozen to KFC. Before cooking begins, the chicken undergoes a quality check to ensure it has no defects, is in good condition, and meets KFC's standards. The chicken is first dipped in a liquid mixture, usually made of water with a touch of spices and salt. After marinating, the pieces are removed and coated in KFC's signature flour and spice blend. This step is key to achieving the brand's famous flavor and crispy texture. Next, the chicken is pressed firmly into the coating, ensuring the batter adheres properly. Workers follow a precise process, lifting and turning each piece 20 times. Excess flour is then shaken off to prevent the coating from becoming too thick. Now, the chicken is ready for pressure frying, the same method perfected by Colonel Sanders in the 1940s. Industrial pressure fryers cook the chicken quickly and evenly at 180 degrees Celsius for about 10 minutes. This method ensures the chicken remains juicy on the inside while developing a crispy golden brown crust. Unlike traditional frying, pressure frying helps the chicken absorb less oil, keeping the texture light and flavorful while sealing in natural juices. After frying, the chicken is placed on a tray to drain any excess oil. It is left to rest for a few minutes, allowing the coating to set and the internal juices to redistribute. This step enhances the overall taste and texture, making every bite more satisfying. Once the order is ready, the freshly cooked chicken is placed into KFC's iconic buckets. These containers are specially designed to keep the chicken warm and crisp until it reaches the customer. And here we have a fried chicken processing factory, where the journey begins with coating. Fresh or frozen chicken pieces are covered in a mixture of flour, spices, and sometimes batter. This coating gives the chicken its crispy texture when fried. Next comes the frying stage. The coated chicken moves into large industrial fryers filled with hot oil. The right temperature and frying time ensure the chicken is fully cooked inside while turning golden and crispy on the outside. After frying, the chicken is drained to remove excess oil. It is then cooled, packed, and either frozen or sent out fresh for delivery. Quality checks are done at every step to ensure safety and great taste. This process allows the factory to produce large amounts of fried chicken quickly and efficiently, ensuring customers always get a delicious, crispy product to enjoy. As we continue to seek convenient and delicious seafood options, canned shrimp has become a favorite choice for many. Factories use advanced methods to ensure the shrimp stays fresh, safe, and full of flavor. First, fresh shrimp are carefully cleaned, peeled, and cooked. Thanks to modern technology, factories produce thousands of canned shrimp daily, making it easy for people to enjoy seafood anytime, anywhere. Machines sort them by size before they move to the canning stage. The shrimp are placed into cans, and a special liquid, such as brine or sauce, is added to keep them moist and tasty. Next, the cans are sealed tightly to prevent air from getting in. After cooling, each can is checked to ensure it meets quality and safety standards. Finally, the cans are labeled and packed into boxes for distribution. Next up, let's explore the production of strawberry jam in a factory. The process begins with the selection of ripe, juicy strawberries, sourced from farms and inspected to ensure they meet strict quality standards. The strawberries are thoroughly washed and sorted before being transferred to large stainless steel kettles. Sugar, pectin, and sometimes lemon juice are added to the strawberries to enhance flavor and aid in thickening. The mixture is then cooked at controlled temperatures, ensuring the natural flavors and vibrant color of the fruit are preserved. Once the jam reaches the desired consistency, it is poured into sterilized glass jars using automated filling machines. The jars are sealed immediately to lock in freshness, and then pasteurized to ensure a long shelf life. After cooling, the jars are labeled and undergo rigorous quality checks before being packed and distributed to stores ready to delight customers. And here we have an exciting look at how the red bean cake with mochi is made in the factory. The process begins with creating the monaka shell, a crisp outer layer made from a thin baked wafer. These shells are placed on a moving production line, ready to be filled. Machines then add a smooth and sweet red bean paste. Next, a thin layer of chewy mochi is carefully placed inside each shell. Finally, ice cream is added, filling the sandwich completely. Once assembled, the red bean cake with mochi is quickly frozen to maintain its texture and freshness. After freezing, they are packed into boxes in cold storage before being shipped to stores. The journey of Lay's chips starts with high-quality potatoes. These potatoes are sourced from carefully selected farms, ensuring only the best are used for production. Each potato is selected based on strict standards for size, shape, and moisture content. When the potatoes arrive at the Lay's factory, they are immediately prepared for processing. Each batch is unloaded and sent through an initial sorting system where any substandard or damaged potatoes are removed. Only the best potatoes make it to the next stage. The first step in the factory is cleaning. Potatoes are washed multiple times to remove dirt and debris. With high-pressure water jets, scrub the potatoes to ensure no traces of soil remain. After cleaning an automated inspection process, checks for imperfections, ensuring every potato meets the company's high standards. After washing, the potatoes are peeled with automated peelers carefully remove the skin, ensuring minimal waste. Once peeled, the potatoes are sliced into thin, uniform pieces. The thickness is critical to thick, and the chips won't be crispy too thin, and they'll burn during frying. Once sliced, the potato slices are sent to large fryers. Lay's uses a proprietary blend of high-quality oils to fry the chips to perfection. The temperature and timing are closely monitored by advanced machinery to ensure each batch has that perfect golden brown hue and crispy texture. After frying, the chips are drained to remove excess oil. This step is crucial not only for taste, but also for the texture and shelf life of the chips. A gentle air cooling process helps reduce oil content, making the chips lighter and crunchier. Now comes the fun part, flavoring. Whether it's the iconic classic salted flavor or a tangy barbecue, each batch of chips is evenly coated with the perfect amount of seasoning. Lay's uses state-of-the-art machines to ensure consistent seasoning across every chip. Before packaging, each chip goes through rigorous quality control checks, employs cutting-edge optical scanners and automated systems that check each chip for defects. Chips that are too dark, misshapen, or damaged are removed from the line, ensuring that only the highest quality chips reach consumers. Once the chips pass quality control, they are sent to the packaging stage. Lay's signature bags are filled with the right amount of chips and sealed to preserve freshness. These bags are designed with airtight seals to keep the chips crispy from the factory to your table. Lay's sells approximately 1.5 million bags per day globally. This number reflects Lay's popularity as one of the leading snack brands. However, sales can fluctuate based on promotional campaigns, holidays, and other factors. The journey of making doner kebab starts with fresh meat. Factories source high-quality lamb, beef, or chicken, depending on the type of kebab being made. Each batch is carefully inspected for freshness and quality before it's prepared for seasoning. Once the meat is selected, it's trimmed and portioned to remove excess fat and prepare it for seasoning. This ensures that every piece of kebab is lean yet flavorful. The next crucial step is seasoning. Kebabs get their rich signature flavors from a blend of spices and herbs. Factories use large industrial mixers to evenly coat the meat with a mix of ingredients like garlic, onion, cumin, coriander, and paprika. This process not only adds flavor, but also helps tenderize the meat. Tumblers ensure that the spices are evenly distributed, so every bite is packed with that signature kebab taste. Once the meat is seasoned, it's time to skewer it. In small batches, workers manually skewer the meat, carefully layering each piece. For larger production runs, machines take over skewering thousands of kebabs per hour. Automation plays a key role in maintaining consistency. Each kebab is packed tightly, ensuring it cooks evenly and holds its shape during grilling. Next, the skewered kebabs head to massive grills or ovens. Depending on the type of kebab, they may be slow-cooked over open flames or roasted in industrial ovens to lock in that smoky, juicy flavor. This step is crucial for giving kebabs their iconic charred edges and tender, juicy center. Factory grills are designed to cook hundreds of skewers at once, while ensuring each one gets that perfect sear. Over 40 billion Oreo cookies are sold every year around the world. That's more than 1,200 cookies every single second. But what exactly goes into making this iconic cookie? From raw ingredients to the moment it lands in your hands, in this video, we're going behind the scenes to reveal how the most popular cookie on the planet is made. The American company was founded in 1912. The cookie features two round, dark chocolate wafers with a sweet white cream filling. Originally made with just vanilla cream, it now comes in many flavors. Most production happens at the Virginia factory, with additional facilities in New Jersey, Chicago, and Oregon. The journey starts with choosing the right ingredients. For the cookie part, the main ingredients are wheat flour, sugar, vegetable oil, cocoa powder, salt, baking soda, soy lecithin, and a few flavorings. For the cream filling, it's powdered sugar, vegetable fat, vanilla extract, and soy lecithin again. Each ingredient is stored in large containers inside the factory. Everything is carefully labeled, weighed, and checked to meet strict quality standards. No room for error when you're making millions of cookies a day. Before mixing begins, workers make sure all the ingredients are measured and ready. This involves weighing flour, sugar, cocoa, salt, baking soda, and other components according to the recipe. Dry ingredients like flour, sugar, cocoa powder, salt, and baking soda are added to large mixing machines. At first, the mixer runs slowly to combine everything evenly and prevent lumps from forming. Once the dry ingredients are mixed, vegetable oil and liquid soy lecithin are gradually added while the mixer continues at low speed. The goal is to blend the liquids into the dry mixture, evenly creating a consistent dough. As the liquids blend in, the mixing speed increases. This helps create the right texture and ensures everything is evenly distributed. The mixer keeps running until the dough is smooth and uniform, with no visible clumps. After mixing, the dough may still be a bit rough or uneven. Now the dough is ready to be shaped into cookies. It is properly mixed and kneaded to the perfect consistency. The shaping machine is prepared for the process. It includes rollers and molds specifically designed to form Oreo cookies. The dough is loaded into the machine through a hopper, which allows controlled flow into the rollers. It passes between the rollers, which press it into molds with the signature Oreo design. This creates round cookies with their iconic embossed pattern. After stamping, a cutting system trims the cookies to the correct size and thickness. Any leftover dough around the cookies is collected and either reused or discarded. The freshly cut cookies are gently transferred onto a conveyor belt, which moves them to the next step. Before baking begins, the ovens are preheated to the correct temperature, which usually ranges from 180 degrees Celsius to 200 degrees Celsius, depending on the manufacturer. The cookies are carefully arranged on a conveyor belt, spaced and aligned properly to ensure even baking. The cookies are baked in a convection oven for around 9 to 12 minutes. During this time, the heat causes the dough to rise and bake into the finished cookie. Once baked, the cookies are removed from the oven and placed on trays to cool. Cooling is important before packaging to prevent breaking or damage. The filling is made using ingredients like powdered sugar, vegetable fat, vanilla essence, and other flavorings for texture and taste. When the cookies and cream are ready, assembly begins. A generous layer of cream is placed on one cookie, then another cookie is placed on top, forming the classic Oreo sandwich. Each sandwich is checked to make sure it has the right amount of filling and that both cookies are properly aligned. This factory produces around 34 billion Oreo cookies every year, which means nearly 92 million cookies are made every single day. These cookies are manufactured in several factories, with the main plant located in Richmond, Virginia, helping supply Oreo to over 100 countries worldwide. The finished cookies are moved to the packaging line, where they are sorted and placed into individual packs or boxes. Labels are applied with branding and product details. The packs are sealed tightly to keep the cookies fresh. Then, these packs are placed into larger boxes for storage or shipping. M&M's is the world's favorite candy. In addition to being popular amongst children and adults alike, it's pretty amazing how much time and energy goes into making just one little piece of candy, and yet it's still so delicious. If you're a fan of M&M's candy, you'll enjoy this video that goes behind the scenes and shows you how 400 million M&M's are produced every day and the different ingredients that go into it and how it is made in the factory. Additionally, we will show the factory process used to create other different candies like Haribo and gummy worms. The process of making M&M's begins with the selection of high-quality ingredients, including cocoa beans, sugar, milk, and a variety of flavorings and colors. These ingredients are carefully measured and mixed in large industrial mixers to create the perfect chocolatey base for the candies. Once the chocolate mixture is ready, it is poured into small, round molds to create the iconic M&M shape. The molds are then cooled to allow the chocolate to harden and set properly. Once the chocolate shells are formed, they are removed from the molds and transferred to a coating machine. In the coating machine, the chocolate shells are coated with a colored candy shell that gives M&M's their signature crunch and vibrant colors. The shells are repeatedly coated with layers of colored candy to achieve the desired thickness and durability. After the candy shells have been coated, they are polished in a tumbling machine to give them a smooth and glossy finish. This step also helps to remove any imperfections and ensure a consistent appearance across all the candies. Once the candies are polished, they are sorted by color and size to ensure uniformity in each bag of M&M's. The candies are then packaged in bags or containers and prepared for distribution to stores around the world. Throughout the entire production process, quality control measures are in place to ensure that every M&M's meets the brand's strict standards for taste, texture, and appearance. This attention to detail and commitment to quality is what has made M&M's a beloved treat for generations. They are known for their iconic red and yellow packages, which are designed to look like the iconic M. The brand also has many other flavors available, such as green, orange, purple, and more. On an average day, the M&M's factories produces over 400 million of colorful chocolate candies. The exact number may change based on factors like production capacity and demand. However, it is estimated that millions of M&M's are made each day to supply the global market. This high volume of production requires precision machinery, skilled workers, and strict quality control measures to ensure that every M&M's candy meets the company's standards. The process of making Twizzlers begins with mixing ingredients such as corn syrup, wheat flour, sugar, cornstarch, and other flavorings in large industrial mixers. This mixture is then heated to create a smooth, pliable paste. Once the paste is ready, it is extruded through a die that shapes the candy into long ropes. These ropes are then twisted to give Twizzlers their signature appearance. The twisting process occurs rapidly and is carefully monitored to ensure consistency in the size and shape of the final product. After the twisting process, the Twizzlers are cooled and cut into individual pieces of the desired length. They are then packaged for distribution to stores and consumers. Quality control is an essential part of the manufacturing process to ensure that the Twizzlers meet the company's standards for taste, texture, and appearance. Over 4.5 million tons of salmon are consumed worldwide every year. But few people know the incredible journey behind every bite. In this video, you'll discover the secrets of the salmon's life cycle and learn step by step how salmon is farmed, harvested, processed, and delivered fresh to seafood lovers around the world. Salmon is a fatty fish rich in omega-3 fatty acids, which are good for heart health. It is also an excellent source of protein and vitamins. Salmon are cold water fish found in the North Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. They are born in freshwater, migrate to the ocean to grow, and return to freshwater to reproduce. Some salmon can grow very large, up to 4 feet, about 1 meter long, and 100 pounds. Salmon typically spawn in spring and summer. The female salmon digs a nest in river or stream gravel to lay her eggs. The eggs hatch after a few weeks, and the young salmon, called fry, live in freshwater for several months. When they are old enough, they migrate to the ocean to grow. Salmon can swim thousands of kilometers to return to their exact birthplace in freshwater rivers to spawn. Norway is the world's largest supplier of salmon, producing over 50% of the global supply, about 3 billion pounds per year. Global salmon consumption has increased in recent years. The largest consumers are the United States, the European Union, and Japan. In 2022, the US consumed about 900 million pounds, Europe consumed nearly 3 billion pounds, and Japan consumed about 600 million pounds. The global salmon market was valued at around $21.7 billion in the same year. Healthy, genetically strong salmon are selected as breeding fish. Their health, nutrition, and breeding conditions are carefully controlled in hatcheries or fish farms. Breeders may spawn naturally, or hormones can be used to induce spawning at water temperatures between 5 degrees Celsius to 13 degrees Celsius. Eggs and sperm are collected and mixed carefully for fertilization. The eggs take 20 to 30 days to fertilize, depending on water temperature. Fertilized eggs are placed in special incubation trays or tanks at 6 degrees Celsius to 10 degrees Celsius, with oxygen levels of 8 to 10 milligrams per liter. The eggs are regularly checked to remove any dead or unhealthy ones. When the eggs hatch, the young salmon, fry, are vaccinated against common diseases and moved to freshwater tanks kept at 7 degrees Celsius to 10 degrees Celsius. They are raised here for 8 to 16 months and fed live foods like brine shrimp and rotifers. When the young salmon are 1 to 2 years old, they are slowly introduced to saltwater to prepare for ocean life. At this stage, they grow to about 8 to 12 inches long and weigh between 1 and 2 pounds. Once the salmon adapt to saltwater, they are moved to large sea cages anchored to the ocean floor, where the water temperature is usually 10 degrees Celsius to 16 degrees Celsius. They grow here for 14 to 18 months and are fed pellets made from fish meal and plant-based ingredients. Salmon are harvested between 18 months and 3 years of age, depending on the species. They are caught from the sea cages using nets or special equipment and quickly transported to processing facilities. Salmon scales are removed using special machines or sharp knives. In large operations, machines with brushes and rollers are used. The fish is cut open from the gills to the tail to remove the internal organs, taking care not to puncture the stomach to avoid releasing bad odors. The liver and roe are also removed, either to be discarded or used in other products. The salmon is thoroughly rinsed with cold water 7 degrees Celsius to 12 degrees Celsius to remove any blood or residue, then dried gently with paper towels. The cleaned salmon passes through automatic machines that check color, use X-rays to detect defects, and sort the fish to ensure it meets freshness and appearance standards. The salmon is cut along the backbone to remove the fillet from the bones. There are 2 main methods. Hot filleting, done at about 40 degrees Celsius, immediately after harvest in the processing plant. It creates smooth, clean fillets. Cold filleting, done at about 4 degrees Celsius, often in retail stores after purchase. These fillets may have a rougher surface and may contain some bones or skin. Automatic machines vacuum seal the salmon fillets in cryovac bags or pack them in water-filled bags. Vacuum-sealed bags are best for long-term storage, while plastic or water-filled bags are suitable for short-term storage. Fillets in vacuum-sealed bags are typically frozen at -40 degrees Celsius or lower, while those in plastic or water-filled bags are frozen at -30 degrees Celsius or lower. To keep the salmon fresh during transport, it is stored in refrigerated trucks at temperatures close to freezing, usually between 0 degrees Celsius to 4 degrees Celsius. The salmon is then delivered to supermarkets, seafood shops, and markets where it is kept refrigerated until sold or cooked.